It is November the 2nd. Rise and shine, rise and shine. This is Coffee Talk. I'm WESH 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. Hope you're having a great start to your Saturday morning. It's beautiful outside. Some areas have more clouds than others. I want to take you over to Port Canaveral. This is a live shot from our Tower Cam network over at Rusty's. Cloudy skies there certainly makes sense because we've got some showers coming into Brevard County. But take a look just a few miles north of there. What a different sight, right? That's a live look at New Smyrna Beach. I don't see anything except maybe some offshore stuff. So it's a lovely morning there. We'll head inland a little bit over to the Orlando International Airport Tower Cam. Maybe you're going to want to work. Maybe. Maybe. Cool. We'll just sit and look at black for a while. It's fine. All right, let's see what else. Tourist District Tower Cam. Disney Springs area. Okay, no, it's looking over toward Lake Buena Vista and kind of some of the resorts there. All right, not bad. Let's head to downtown Orlando. Looking off to the east. See the Stanton Energy Plant there. A couple of clouds. It's a beautiful morning. Let's pop up our first warning live Doppler radar because while it may be beautiful, we do have some showers to track. Let's zoom in here to Brevard County a little bit. Yeah, you can see those showers kind of sneaking in Satellite Beach, Indian Harbor Beach. As the live sweep goes through near Aurora Road, Hiawatha. I'll put this into motion, and you see those showers coming in with more rains just off the shoreline. It is what it is. It'll be fine. Temperatures out the door. Upper 60s from the Metro West, lower 70s back east of town. And the forecast for today comes on up. Look at that. Up to about 83 degrees in Orlando. You know, the surrounding areas will be in that same ballpark. It's a really nice forecast. Good morning, everybody. Frank was the first one to comment. Good morning, my friend. Yukon, Dawn, good morning. Anna, good morning to you. Victoria, how are ya? Beverly, Mike, good morning, good morning, good morning. Nicole, how are you? Love you. Let's see here. Show to my house in Melbourne, 1 mile north. Oh, showered at your house? Is that what you were trying to say? Gotcha. Okay. Aloha, Bill. How are you? My brother Frank's in the room. Lewis, Linda. All right. It's a good morning. Like yesterday, we'll have another couple of showers coming on. And I think we'll probably actually have more showers today than yesterday. A little bit of a breeze too, 10, 15, 20 miles an hour. That's all right. It's another breezy day, kind of like what we saw the last couple of days. That's going to help to keep temperatures, I think, a little above average. Instead of 81, which is our average high temperature, we'll do 83 in the city, 84 in Leesburg, 84 Wildwood, along the shoreline, 81, 82 degrees. So there you go. Not bad. Not bad for outdoor events. There's so many of them. Fall Fiesta in the park, for example. Yeah, a couple of showers. You can handle that. If you're out, I know my neighbor Charles is out here at HSR Daytona. Looking good there again. A few showers in the forecast. We've got a bunch of events. Greek Fest, for example, looking good here. Oh, I can smell the smells. I can hear the music. That's going to be a fun time. And then, of course, there's college football around the state. We've got UCF welcoming Arizona to town. It's a space game. I will be bringing ponchos. I'm not expecting like a washout, but nobody wants to sit soaking wet. Right? So, yeah, looking pretty good for that. 83 degrees, our high temperature over at FBC Mortgage Stadium. We've got the world's, what do they call that? The world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Did I get that right? Florida, Georgia. Temperatures will be in the 80s. That'll be an interesting game to watch. And then in Tallahassee, lunchtime tailgating, gorgeous. Temperatures hanging in the mid 80s, sunny and dry up there as UNC comes to town. So, yeah, looks like a really nice forecast all said and done. The Pride are playing later on as well. Looking good there. No matter what you're doing today, whether it's the theme parks, whether it's sporting events, whatever it is, going to the beach is about the only problem because we still have the rough surf and the rip currents to contend with. Okay? So that's kind of where we're at right now. Questions, comments, concerns? Anything? Rain chance today sitting at 50%. It's just going to be kind of a scattering of showers. I don't think it's going to be anything too wild. Tomorrow rain chances come down just a little bit, so we'll go with tomorrow as the nicer day. but I think they're both pretty okay, honestly, which is totally fine. Victoria says ponchos packed too. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? Jan says rain on and off yesterday here in Melbourne, heading to Daytona this morning, hoping for less, please. As long as you know I don't actually have like control over it. As long as you know that, we're good. Pat, good morning to you. The sun is brilliant this morning. Wait until tomorrow when the sun comes up even earlier. A reminder, start the drama. A reminder, we fall back early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's sunrise 6:39 a.m. Tomorrow's sunset 5:38 p.m. Woof. And I know that's going to start the whole drama. We should stop this. I don't disagree. I think this is an interesting. So we aired a story, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. We aired a story about this on Wesh 2 News yesterday, and I wasn't alive, don't judge me. But I guess the government, tried to stop doing the fallback thing years ago, like in the 70s. And there was an increase in car crashes to the point where they started doing it again. Did I miss that? I wasn't alive in the 70s, but like, isn't that something? There was enough car crashes that they determined it was because of the change of sunrise, sunset, so they went back to that. I feel like that's just crazy. But anyway, that's what the news story yesterday said. So just be sure to change your clock for those like, and it's so funny because it's like it's in those moments that you're like, oh yeah, my microwave is a manual clock. Oh yeah, my oven is a manual clock. Oh yeah, you have a 1980s clock. You got the clock radio. You got clock radio. Yeah, Sony Gots. Yeah, for those of you that have the old clock radio, there you go. You get to make that change. Lily says, "Don't remember that. I was there." Chris says, "I remember." So what they did without it for a year? That's so crazy. That's so crazy to me. That's I I don't make the rules, but yeah. So anyway, there's that. All right. So we got that taken care of. We got the weekend forecast taken care of. Are y'all ready to start talking about the tropics a little bit? Don't forget your car clock. Yeah, listen, if your car clock is manual, then you are going to have to change that. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. Otherwise, we'll go on and move to the tropics. While you were hopefully sleeping, I was awake. While you were hopefully sleeping, subtropical storm Patty formed. This is the one area in the North Atlantic that we've been talking about. It's out near the Azores. Maximum sustained winds for subtropical. So that means it has some tropical, some non-tropical characteristics. Its winds are at 50 miles an hour, kind of a crummy little storm system, right? I actually had to change to the European satellite because the Goes East satellite, it showed it. It just was not a good angle. So I had to switch over to the European satellites. But there you go, moving toward the Azores. Obviously not a threat to us. Here's the forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center, expecting this to basically tomorrow lose its tropical characteristics and then work over towards Spain and Portugal as kind of a gale low or just a coastal low Tuesday into Wednesday. Spain does not need any more rain. They've been dealing with some significant flooding. But there you are. So anyway, we will watch Patty. Patty is not a factor for us in Central Florida. What is a factor for us in Central Florida? Looking at the tropical satellite imagery, are these two areas a little further to the south. Now, they're going to kind of play in together. All right. The area out near the kind of Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands area has a low end chance. Looks like something's going to try to form and then move and then get absorbed into this broader area, this bigger area. The bigger area has a 50% likelihood of developing over the next 2 days' time and 80% likelihood of developing actually, it's 60 and 80. I forgot to update the graphic. My apologies. 60% chance of developing over the next 2 days' time, 80% chance of developing over the next 7 days' time. So let's look at model data and see what the latest models are showing, shall we? First off, GFS. And I will say the water temperatures in the Caribbean, plenty warm for tropical development and strengthening. But once you get into the Gulf of Mexico, water temperatures are still warm, but they're not as warm. And there's a significant amount of wind shear. So right here, you can kind of see the two areas of low pressure, smaller one gets absorbed. And by Thursday, I mean, this is Thursday, like 6 a.m. We end up with another area of low pressure near the Virgin Islands, the main one in the Gulf of Mexico. And then the newest GFS is kind of up toward Louisiana. And then God only knows what that, like, you can see the GFS is doing some weird stuff, moving one low, popping another low, and then Fujiwara absorption, Florida frontal action. Yeah. So there you go. Kind of an interesting little dynamic there. We'll see what ends up happening. Oh, and then at the very end of the GFS, like, what are you doing? That's November 18th. What are you doing? So anyway, that's the GFS. Let's look at the European. Gotta love computer models. GFS showing the two lows, and then at the very end, that's as far as the European, and then the control kind of brings another front in the 18th. So anyway, that's the European, but Canadian model. Little dance. Stalling. There's another thing. Suffice it to say, if you can't figure out yet, something's going to form, something's going to move into the Gulf of Mexico. Like, do I even need to? I'm not even, like, I feel like looking at ensembles is just going to add more chaos, right? We'll do it, but here's the GFS ensembles. Let me turn this around. Like, pressures are lowering. Something in the Gulf. And then, yeah, that's that. Let's go back to the European. That's as far as the 6Z run goes. So we'll go back to the 0Z. What a mess. So models are developing something. Outside of that, they don't really know what's happening. So we'll watch, we'll wait, and we'll see. Tropics. What are you doing, Mother Nature? But because Patty formed in the North Atlantic, and this is why, and this is that hill that I will die on. This is why you don't say potential Patty or soon to be Patty or future Patty, because you don't know if it's going to be. So to all those people that were soon to be Patty, nope. Patty popped in the North Atlantic, y'all. That's why you don't name a storm before it's named. So anyway, in the Caribbean, the next name on the list is Rafael. So if it were to be named, or if something else were to be named, the next name on the list is Rafael. Good times. I don't know about you. I'm personally counting down to the end of hurricane season. 28 days to go. So let's just kind of get an idea of what's happening, because the tropics, even if these things don't come to Florida, they're still playing in tandem to our forecast. So this strong area of high pressure that's been holding us with breezy passing showers, it starts to break down. We actually start to watch a cold front approaching us. Okay, Wednesday into Thursday, as whatever this area of low pressure is and passes near us, as it's doing that, we actually just have a ton of moisture because high's moving out. So it's squeezing between this area of low pressure and that cold front. It's squeezing moisture. So it looks like Wednesday into Thursday, it looks like a really kind of soggy, wet forecast for Central Florida. So even if this thing doesn't come here, just this squeeze play among different weather scenarios there bring us rain. So notice a healthy opportunity for showers today, a few showers Sunday, Monday, election day, and then Wednesday, Thursday, showers, even thunder showers, as there's just more atmospheric energy in play. We don't see any cold, unfortunately. It's going to be moist. There you go. Connie's asking how much rain. I mean, at this point in time, the problem is that when you get into models, it just doesn't do a great job until we really dial this in. But I'll just share with you is the GFS with rainfall accumulation Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so, some areas quarter of an inch, some areas 2-3 inches of rain. So just depend. But again, it's still a little early to get into specifics. So just take that with a grain of salt. But we could see a couple of inches of rain. And the Weather Prediction Center, one of the government agencies that issues advisories, has already kind of put out, we need to watch for the potential for flooding. So there's that. All right. All right. So that's where we're at. I'm ruining your morning runs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Perhaps I won't need to buy it, Jenny. Sorry. Should we consider adding moist to the drink list? Some people really hate that word. It is what it is. When's the cooler weather coming? Good question. So let's look at the raw GFS model data. Let me switch this over to meteograms. And we will go, I'm just going to show raw GFS data. Holy cannoli. You see that? November 15th, 16th, 17th? Holy cannoli. This is raw model data. 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 But holy cannoli, the 15th, 16th, 17th, those models are showing a mega front. Okay. It's about time this happens. Holy cannoli. All right. A lot of you are asking about the BSR, so let's take a look. This is kind of a long-range forecasting technique. It uses the weather in the Bering Sea to kind of give teleconnections of what could be to come. So, there's a signal there, and this is what we've been talking about. There's a clear signal for some sort of a Gulf storm system. It's still showing the 12th, 13th. So, is it this thing down in the Gulf right now? Could be, could not be. But there's something there around the 12th and the 13th. That's what it's saying. That's what the BSR is showing. And then afterward, Kablawi mega cold front. Kablawi mega cold front. That's the 15th, 16th, 17th. That's the big front there. And then another cold front with like a good severe weather outbreak. Like based on that, like the 17th, 18th, we could be looking at a pretty decent southeastern United States severe weather outbreak. So, and then another cold front. Cold fronts are starting, y'all. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, this pattern is looking more and more and more like cold fronts. And then we take this way out using the GFS to kind of model. There's another significant cold front with probably a decent little severe weather component. That's the 21st. Another cold front. Another cold front. Man, oh man. Another cold. This is going to be an interesting little storm system cold front here. That's Thanksgiving Day-ish. Another cold front. Storm. A lot of these little storm systems. You see these little storm systems? Cold fronts, storm systems? That almost looks like an El Nino pattern, honestly. It doesn't look like La Nina. Interesting. So, anyway, cold fronts are about to begin. That much I could tell you without a shadow of a doubt. This pattern is absolutely shifting. Absolutely, absolutely shifting. Good times. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Anything? Anything at all? How we doing? How we feeling? Finally gonna feel like fall for Thanksgiving? Oh yeah. Joanne says, keep those mega cold fronts coming. I'll try. I'll do the best I can. Cold front in winter. I'm shocked. It's not winter until the 21st of December. Did you know that? It takes that long. Yeah. Did you know that? Rain today. I'm bringing my poncho. I'm bringing my poncho. We're still technically Enso neutral. Everybody's saying La Nina, but it's Enso neutral. We are. So there you go. All right. Anything? Questions, comments, concerns? Ping. He's not here. Why did one of the cold fronts say hurricane force next to it? Because in looking at it at the BSR, um, that may have been the case up there. I'm just teleconnecting. That's all. So ignore those little details there. All right, listen, I got like 3 minutes until I go on TV. So go enjoy your Saturday, for goodness sake. Make it a great weekend. I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic day. Look at that sunshine. That's Daytona Beach. Mm, love it. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you, thank you, thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Sound good?